What is up, everyone? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel. Today we have a good video on the IFYOO controller. Just a little gaming PC controller, console controller, gamepad, mouse, keyboard, all in one. Pretty cool technology, and I definitely wanted to bring it back because I did physically have a video out on this. I physically had the item as well, but I just returned the item. We'll talk about that in a minute. And I somehow erased my video that was doing really good on my channel, and so I wanted to get it back out as well. Just to let you know about the item, this will probably be a quicker video this time since I don't physically have the item in it, but I just wanted to put out some points about this item that I had in that video that I didn't see on some other videos. So we're gonna get back into it today. Thank you so much for tuning in, DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you never tuned into my channel, just know I love to do reviews. I love to help, bring you valued items, bring you cool items, tech, DJ tech, all kinds of tech, anything I get my hands on. Do all the research for you so you don't have to. Give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about. So thank you so much. Like I said, I apologize for not having the item, but we're going to get back into it. Like I said, it'll probably be a little quicker this time since I don't physically have the item. Let's pop this up right away on the internet, and we'll go straight to the page here. So we have the GTP01 wired USB gaming mouse, keyboard, controller, gamepad, and it's compatible with Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Mac. So it's plug and play, and I did test everything but the Mac. I don't have a Mac computer at the moment that I'm trying to test, so I don't have that, but worked on everything else that I tested with, from Xbox to PS5 and PS4. I don't have an Xbox Series X. I just have the Xbox One, but it did work for that, and it was plug and play, just like it says. So it is a very, very cool tech right now. So it is $49.99, which is a pretty good price when it comes to anything controller. You know, you're not going to really find cheaper controllers than, almost 50 bucks. So that's a pretty good price, and like I said, it does work with a lot of different things, and so that's probably the biggest plus about this item. So you can see right here, it is like a full keyboard. It does have all the keys. You can FN into all these keys and change them and make them different. Fully programmable. Does have this large trackpad or mouse pad, however you want to call it. Does have a scroll wheel here, all your letters, a mouse click buttons, both left and right, and then letters as well. So this is an O, I believe, and then on the other side, I can't remember what letter they have on the other side, but we'll know in a second. It has an Alps joystick, according to what they're saying. I don't know about that. And then it says a precision trackpad as well. You notice it does have this like grip on one side, and then it's flat on this side. We'll get into that, but I just wish it would have had a grip on both sides. But it is a pretty cool looking black and yellow colors. I want to kind of show this picture here. Let's get this up if I can. Right here, you can kind of see what the controller looks like when you're holding it. And on this side, this is kind of how they wanted. They actually had a picture where they showed holding this hand a little bit more up, so you could actually reach your thumb down to get these letters and the scroll wheel. And I think that's what kind of I disapprove of, because it's really hard to bend this thumb all the way back here when you're trying to play, because it's usually right in this area. Perfect. That's exactly where my thumb is for the most part, because your joystick moves your character and this moves your aiming or your weapon. And like I said, this is all free space. And so I wish they would have put some extra keys here that we're going to talk about are needed for console gaming. So let's go back here, close this one out, and we can go look at the keys again. Like I said, it is a full keyboard, so you can use everything. So you can see they do have a mouse click, and they do have short distance on it. You can left click, you can change everything. Out short joystick, textured grip on the top. I do have a Q button, and on the other side you have an O button. Would have been a left mouse click, and the other side would have been a right mouse click. So, but I just wish that they would have had actually this configuration on both sides. So I wish they would have had the bumper and a trigger, just like a normal controller They still could have had this look the same, except just put bumpers on both sides, bumpers and triggers on both sides, and I think that would have been just a little bit more comfortable when it comes to this controller. Like I said, they would have had this controller on both sides. It would have been more like a controller. You still could have put these buttons on the bottom, and then if you on the top, if you would have just eliminated some of this trackpad because your thumb ends up over here, you would have had more buttons for console gaming. That way you wouldn't have to use extra things that we'll talk about here in a second. So it is pretty cool. It does have some issues, so I definitely think they can improve it, but it was pretty fun to use, and I'll tell you how I was able to use it. So the trackpad wasn't super precision in my opinion. It was a little bit jittery, not super smooth at some points, not as great as they claim it to be. Was it usable? Absolutely was usable. So I'm just going to keep this picture up, and then we're going to get into the rest of the little things I want to get into. So when I first bought this controller, it did say they had a black model, a pink model, and a black and yellow model. Now I ordered the black model and I received the black and yellow model. And so I actually, after I did my initial review and testing, I returned this black and yellow model to see if I could get the black model, but I haven't got anything yet, so I don't have the item physically right now. In the box, all there was is it does have a 10-foot normal cord, USB-type-C cord actually, and it does have a controller and the instructions. That's all that's in the box. Nothing super special there. That's what you got: 10-foot cord with USB-type-C. Now, some of the pros absolutely though is still the price. It's plug and play. It does work. It does set up buttons quite well, but there might be certain games like Fortnite where you want to change them, and I will show you how to do that at the end of this video here, so you can get that done to be able to change the buttons. For the most part, everything was plug and play and set up nicely. You think on a game like Fortnite is you're going to want to change the configuration. Where I found this controller, or whatever you want to call it, mouse, keyboard, to shine was actually using it for PC. So if you're using it for PC games, it's quite fun to use because it has a full keyboard and everything. Now you can type with it. It's not the best to type with. It's kind of hard to figure out where all the keys are, but you can do it. Not the most accessible, but it is possible. But I did love how it does have just everything like a mouse. It does have your shift, alt, space. The normal keys that you can program for gaming are all right there, accessible on a controller instead of having a keyboard and a mouse. It is very cool for PC. I think that's kind of where it shines. Now, gaming on a console, it's a little bit different because you physically are going to need your other controllers to be able to still use this, because it doesn't have a start or a select or a gaming button like the Xbox button or the PlayStation button. So you still need those controllers to get into the game. Then once you're in the game and you're getting ready to, play, you're at the start menus in those games and you're entering your game, you can just put that PlayStation or Xbox controller down and you can use the IFYOO. Very cool to use. It was plug and play. It does work, but you're still going to need those controllers on your gaming consoles, okay? So it did shine for PC. Still works for gaming consoles, but you still need your other controllers just to get into the games. Something to think about with that, so you know. The keyboard, like I said, would be hard to use. The colors, black, pink, black, and yellow, but all I see is black and yellow right now, so I haven't seen anything about the pink or the black one. The grips, like I said, that's kind of a design flaw in my opinion. It was really hard to get the other keys from the trackpad, like your C, R, V, R, F buttons, and your track wheel. So yeah, I wish it was just more like a gamepad and they could move things just over a little bit where those were a little bit more accessible, because they do put a lot of keys on one hand for you to remember and put over there. And also the gamepad and mouse trackpad didn't feel as smooth as they say, but everything was still usable. Now, what did this shine for gaming, in my opinion? Any type of shooter like Call of Duty. I actually had a pretty good time using it for Call of Duty. It wasn't super precise, but it did have the benefits of a mouse and a keyboard with quick turning around and things like that. Very cool. I did okay with it. I'm no professional at Call of Duty, but I did okay with it, which was surprising to me for me not being a keyboard and mouse player. So I'm a controller person for all my life, and so console controllers is what I'm better at. And so this was kind of cool to combine the two together, and I was still able to use it decently. Now, the game that I didn't have quite the best experience on was Fortnite, and that's just because of the key placement. I was able to change that, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second. It's a little bit harder on Fortnite to remember where the keys are and the buttons are, and so that was a little bit more challenging for me. So let's go ahead and show you how to change those keys on Fortnite, and then we'll wrap this video up. And I just wanted to make a quick video on how to get to your settings to change some of the buttons in case you're looking or interested in doing that. And so it's a pretty quick, easy tutorial that I want to show you. You just have to go to the lines over here. You go to your cogwheel and the lines again. You go to your settings. You're going to go to all the way to these arrows. So you got like a little directional pad. Arrows there, you click on that, and then this is where you can get into those keys, and I can kind of show you here that I'm using the controller, and let's say I wanted to kind of go down a little bit more. There we go. And I wanted to change this E key. All you gotta do is click on the E key and then replace it. Say I want to use an O, and now it's replaced with an O. Say I wanted to change it back, we just hit it again and we can change it back to that E key. And then all we need to do is go put the mouse on apply, apply it, and all your settings should be good to go. We can hit escape to go back, and then we are good to go. So just wanted to kind of show a quick tutorial. Most games have settings like this, especially if it's a PC game. So you're going to be able to go into the settings and change the buttons according to how you like it. Console on the other side might be a little bit different. You might not have as many options. You might have to kind of use the controller as is a little bit. So thank you. Let's get back into the video. All right, everybody, let's wrap this up on the IFYOO GTP01 wired USB gaming touchpad, keyboard, mouse, and controller. Geez, it does do a lot. It is plug and play, and so that's definitely positives with this controller. I'm glad I got to show you how to change some keys on Fortnite. That would be the same process on some other games, especially if it's PC. If you're running this on PC, you're definitely going to be able to modify the controller a little bit. It is very, very helpful to get it the way you like it, and so that's where I kind of think this controller does shine, is on PC, but it is capable to be used on console as well if you still have your other controller and get yourself started and then use this as a mouse and keyboard. Definitely different tech. I would like to see them tweak it, maybe change the grips like I said, change the button layout as a bumper and a trigger like most controllers, and still give it that big touchpad look, but just kind of just modify it just a little bit to be a little bit more comfortable on the way you're holding it. And I think, you know, it could be a successful type hybrid controller that's not only game console but also PC as well. So just some of my final thoughts on it. I think it's worth a chance for $49.99. It was pretty cool. If I do finally get the black model that I ordered, I will let everybody know with a little bit of update. Also, if you're a keyboard and mouse player, just let me know what you think of it. I didn't think it was super precision when it comes to the trackpad. I thought the joystick's a little bit better, but I don't know if it is a true Alps joystick. I thought it was pretty good, but I wasn't super sold on it. Just like to confirm some of these things. If you are a keyboard mouse player, which I am not, I was still able to use it pretty decently, so that surprised me. So it still gets a happy rating from me. At the same time, I like to see if it's usable by actual, keyboard mouse players out there. So if you guys have any extra feedback, let me know. I would be very, very interested on that as well. Thank you for tuning in on the IFYOO GTP wired USB gaming controller and mousepad keyboard. Let me know what you think. Would you pick this up? Are you going to give it a try? What do you think of this kind of hybrid type controller for PC and console. I think it's pretty interesting, pretty fun. I can't wait to see if I can get that model that I'm trying to pick up. Join me on my next video. Once again, I apologize for having to remake this video, but appreciate you tuning in again if you did. Thank you so much. We will catch you real soon. I got tons more videos coming on DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. Catch you real soon. Later.